Hi crafty folks, Amy here with amyswares, and today I'm going to make a floral birthday card using some partial die cutting. Now this gorgeous floral die is from Uniquely Creative. It's a new to me company in Australia, and here's a photo of the finished card to show you the direction that we're headed. Basically I cut quite a few of these out. You'll see I didn't end up using all of them, but they cut out beautifully, and I'm just using my pokey tool to kind of cut out all these little bits. I knew I wanted to try some partial die cutting, but I wasn't exactly sure how it was going to work out, so that's why I cut so many of them, just to kind of have them on hand, and I figured I could stack them up, or if I didn't need them I could just kind of store them away in the pocket or something for future use. Now here I'm figuring out, I want this to partially die cut into the front of my A2 size card base. Now this is a 120-pound accent opaque cardstock. This is US A2 4¼ by 5½ inches. And the way I'm going to partial die cut it, you'll see, is I'm going to only have the cutting plates go as far as I want it to cut. So wherever there are the two plates touching, it will cut, and then it will cut off wherever it does not have the two plates. I hope that makes sense. So this I did end up having to run through a couple times just because I didn't quite get it cut all the way through in the area that I wanted. Now my plates are pretty warped, so I think that's kind of factoring into this. But this is where I wasn't sure how it was going to work, because you have to snip off sometimes to get that little bit of a straight edge. But as you can imagine, with cutting it on such an intricate design, only some of the pieces will pop out, but some of them will kind of have the cutting, but it won't be cut all the way through. So I wasn't entirely sure how this was going to work, because it wasn't kind of a uniform straight edge where I could cut it off. So now I'm just using some scrap cardstock. These are my folders. I have some scrap pieces of colored cardstock, and I did end up going with that gorgeous orchid fuchsia purple, which is my signature color, and I did kind of use a piece of that, which was in my scrapbook, and it was the same 4¼ by 5½ inches. So rather than leaving this open and a little bit flimsy, I decided to put some tape runner and then some liquid glue along this little intricate die part, and then I'm just going to use that nice thick colored cardstock to kind of finish off that front portion of the card. And it'll make sense in a moment here when I kind of line everything up. Now y'all know I hate liquid glue, I hate the oozage. I'm trying to kind of tap off some excess, but I decided to sandwich this on the inside of the card to make sure it lines up well, and then I press it down, and of course there's oozage, and it drives me bonkers. You can see I'm frustrated here. I tried so hard to get it not to squeeze out, but pretty much unavoidable. So basically once I get that down, I decide I want to layer up one more layer of the complete die cut on top of it, so that you can see the entire design, and then also have a little bit of subtle dimension on the design. So again, I liquid glued that down, which was not fun, and I had more oozage, my favorite. I'm trying to get it off with my adhesive tool, or my adhesive eraser here. I did also use, I believe, a sand eraser, and then you'll see in a moment what I ended up doing. Sometimes when I have oozage on a little fiddly die cut, I will use Wink of Stella, which is a little clear glitter pen, to try and offset. So even though the glue that I use dries clear, you can still see it, and it bugs me. So I try and offset it a little bit with some glitter pen. So that's a nice little tip for you if you struggle with this as well. If you have a Wink of Stella, or I know scrapbook.com has their own version, it's just a fun way to lay down some glitter. You get the benefit of a little extra sparkle, and then you can kind of try and offset a little bit of the oozage around your die cut from liquid glue. So I'm just kind of going over the whole die cut on the inside and on the raised portion, just to add that little bit of shimmer. And you can't really see it on the screen, but in person it's definitely evident. So I have those 3 extra ones. I'm going to store those aside for future use. I decided to just go with the one complete die. I added a Celebrate Die cut. I think that's Photoplay. Sadly that is discontinued, but use whatever you have in your stash. Use up that colored cardstock and go to town. So check out Uniquely Creative. They're an awesome new company, or a company new to me in Australia, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.